Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thank you, as always, for checking out this video. You look fantastic today, by the way, gotta say. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. I almost didn't do this video just now because I recently did one about Juju with Hannah Hidalgo, and I know you'll get the people who are going to take it wrong and be like, I'm hating on Juju, but we just have some more stuff that happens to involve Juju, and it's more about the media than it is Juju Watkins, and they've shifted. Right, here we go again, and we've gone away from Paige and back to Juju Watkins. But they aren't just hyping her up. No, no, no. They're taking it to another level. Now they're saying that one, she's already better than Caitlin Clark in now, like right now, comparing them, right? So we're talking about Caitlin Clark's professional rookie year. And they're saying that, hey, how come Juju hasn't gotten the media love that Caitlin Clark got? I mean, seriously? We have to talk about this. And first, we're going to go right into the nonsense that is Stephen A. Smith. As you can see here, he's right. He right when he right. Yeah, could we fix that, please? College hoops fans back Stephen A. Smith's call to mention Juju Watkins alongside Caitlin Clark. And I'm going to play this short clip for you, and then we're going to talk about it for a few different reasons. We're going to get into this.
Stephen A., March is going to be a lot of fun. How impressive was Juju's performance?
She's spectacular. She's spectacular. And when are we going to start talking about her the same way we talk about Caitlin Clark? I mean, you look at her skills, you look at what she is special. When are we going to start doing that? Because let me tell you something. This sister's got game. Averaged 27 last year, averaging 24 this year. USC is winning. If you look at her skill sets, her ball handling ability, her driving ability, her shot making ability, her three-point shooting shot making ability, this sister is something special. She is spectacular. Pull up Jay right there. She is the package, and she's been the package. We saw her coming last year, but now that Caitlin Clark is gone, we should be focusing on her even more so now. And just like I told you when Caitlin Clark was the golden goose, I said that's the golden goose. That didn't mean she was the best player in the world. It meant that she was pretty damn good and coming, okay? And the fans loved her. I'm saying the only question now about Juju is, why is she not being shown more love? Because clearly she deserves it.
Yeah.
If I could just sum this up in a sentence, this is absolute crap. This is complete crap from Stephen A. Smith. This type of BS the man shovels all the time because I don't think he actually knows anything about sports. Right? It's like I've heard this about the Knicks. He talks about what a Knicks fan he is, but then you listen to him and you can tell he doesn't watch the Knicks other than when he shows up to games once in a while and walks around like he thinks every eye in the place is on him and not the athletes. So let's just go. I just want to go through a few of these, but I want to talk to some of the points Stephen A. made. But I just want to go through this with some of the comments about this. Well, that's Smith, right? So let's scroll down. He right when we right, we saw that Juju's probably the most skilled women's player that I've ever seen. We've got facts. Juju has the chance to be the greatest women's player ever. Juju is Maya Moore 2.0. Her game is just so smooth. She's better than Clark. I'm standing on business. She's better. You hear that? That's present tense. I'm standing on business about Juju now. We'll get into that too. And then Lakers coach JJ Redick, of course, had to get into it because he's definitely a big time virtue signaler. And let's see where he's. Juju Watkins is one of one. She's incredible. First time seeing her play in person, but obviously I've watched her before she lived up to the hype. So one of one. She's one of one, okay? So I think that's it for this article. Yeah, so I want to get into a little bit of this. First, Stephen A., come on, man. It's a lie that the media isn't talking about Juju and hasn't been talking about Juju for a while now, the way they did Caitlin her sophomore year. I think it's really important to understand that. No one, I shouldn't say no one, but like this, yeah, no one was talking about Caitlin Clark her freshman and sophomore year the way they're talking about Juju Watkins her freshman and sophomore year. That is just a fact, right? Caitlin Clark didn't even go to UConn. Now, Gino says he didn't want her, but if that's true, then fire the man now. But no one was talking about Caitlin Clark her first couple of seasons, despite, by the way, her numbers being better. But we'll get into that later. I mean, you, Stephen A., to your next point, if that were true, you may have the biggest sports platform around So you're telling on yourself, my man. Why weren't you talking about Juju Watkins? Why weren't you talking about her? Why weren't you hyping her up? You're also wrong about her shooting. She is not a very good shooter. She's not efficient, I should say. She's a volume shooter, and we're going to get into that too. Now, I did a video about it recently, so I'm not going to get into too much. The Athletic unanimously picked Juju as National Player of the Year. So obviously, unanimously, right? So Latson, I always want to say Latson. I know she pronounces it Latson. Didn't get a single vote. Miles, right? Olivia Miles, not a single vote. Hannah Hidalgo, not a vote. Paige Becker's not a vote. Lauren Betts, not a vote. Unanimous, like no debate, nothing. I mean, Juju is a great player and all, but let's not like act like she's the only elite player this season. Did the Athletic just forget other players existed, or is this the narrative now? It's absolutely wild, absolutely wild. Now, again, the media ignored Juju, but hyped Clark, freshman and sophomore year. Remember, ignored. The woman was getting national ads, I believe, while still a freshman. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if not, at least early into her sophomore year, right? Again, Clark didn't get this level of attention until she was a junior when the organic, and I stress organic stardom train got rolling and they simply couldn't ignore it any longer. So, I mean, come on, guys. Poor Juju, right? Just completely ignored except for the TV deals and the commercials and the constant coverage and the she's one of one and generational. I mean, when I heard Juju wasn't getting the same media hype Clark got her first 2 years, I cried into my State Farm policy. So let's take a look at numbers first, if I may, because they're getting into right. Juju is better now, so let's see how that actually looks. This is a response to someone. I think, yeah. How is Juju better? Because here we go. Dare I say that Juju Watkins is an all-around better basketball player than Caitlin Clark, which got 4,500 likes, by the way. Now, let's go. This is a good comparison, right? First 2 seasons, Juju Watkins, Caitlin Clark, 62 games each. Caitlin Clark, more points. Juju had 3 more rebounds. So that they both averaged seven a game. Caitlin Clark, 471 assists to Juju's 214, more than double her. Caitlin Clark, let's go back to Stephen A. shooting. 552 from 1197 from the field, 46.1%. Juju, 526 for 1276, 41.2%. From three, Caitlin, 37%. And she's 560 of them. It's wild, right? Juju, so Caitlin took a lot more threes than Juju, but still had a significantly better 5% better shooting percentage overall. Juju, because Juju only shot 32.8% from three. Caitlin, 87%, 0.1% free throw shooter. Juju, 84%. 40-point games. Caitlin, 4. Despite Juju being, as we've seen this year, an absolute stat pattern, chucking shots at the end of 40-point blowout wins. Caitlin, 11 35-point games. Juju, 6 35-point games. Caitlin, 23 30-point games. Juju, 20 30-point games. Double doubles, Caitlin, 26. Juju, 15. Triple doubles, Caitlin, 6. Juju, 0. 0. Not a single triple double. Absolutely wild. And again, that assist thing, more than double Juju. I mean, you know what that tells me? One player, first of all, made their entire team better. The other, well, let's just say her teammates probably aren't getting as many touches. And that's a key. When you're talking about absolute stardom, that next level, you're someone that makes your players better. You're not just great on your own. And that is a rare, rare thing. I haven't even mentioned leading the nation in scoring multiple times, while at the same time leading the nation in assists 3 times as well, which goes to this, which is just, I had to put because it's just kind of funny. A very small minority would suggest Cece's better on defense. Simply not the case. Forget the defense because it gets into Juju is, there's the word. They've been using it for Paige. They're using it for Juju. Generational. And yes, this is just a someone on X, but you know the media saying it too. Only this is funny. Only NCAA to average better than 24 points, 2 blocks, and 2 steals in a season. That's what you had to come up with. That's what you. How about the only NCAA women's player to lead the nation in points and assists in the same season, which seems like a bigger deal. She would go number one now. Nonsense. It's too early. Every scout would tell you this. Nobody ever in the history of college women's basketball, again, same state, 24, 2 blocks and 2 steals. It's a random stat. But thanks for letting us know you don't watch sport. Yes, yes. I've just broken down tons of videos on their games, but I don't watch. She's generational, period. And every scout in the WNBA agrees. Everyone, I've educated you now. So this is what we're getting, peeps. This is the stuff that we're getting. By the way, in all those shooting percentages, Clark's lowest EFG per season was better than Juju's best. But sure, let's pretend Clark can't shoot. So yeah, this is absolutely wild. But again, this isn't about putting down Juju. Look, she's going to go when she gets out. She's probably going to go number one. There's no doubt. No doubt she's going to go number one, and I think she'll have a good WNBA career. But the media is trying to force something that isn't there because of Caitlin Clark. Just let Juju play. Stop putting expectations on her that she has that, as far as we know, hasn't set for herself. I mean, when you have 62 career records in the WNBA like Clark does as a rookie, maybe then we can talk about it. But for now, can we possibly just enjoy great basketball? Right? Because we have this too. It goes to my point. At this point, just like Stephen A, I'm kind of wondering why the media and basketball experts aren't talking about Juju Watkins like they were talking about Caitlin Clark. And again, they're talking about Juju far more in her first 2 years than they ever did for Caitlin Clark. And I think some people point that at. Like, as far as great as it is, doesn't have the same wow factor Caitlin Clark had with her deep threes and amazing passes. It was must see TV. Now, that's also true that people don't they want to ignore. Juju may be the may I personally right now, though I don't think she is the best player in college right now. But let's say she is. Her game is just right now is just sort of a better version of what we've seen that people haven't watched. She doesn't have that wow, that specialness that Caitlin Clark has. But look, as he says, the media is desperate. It's talking about her, desperate for her to have the fandom of Caitlin Clark. Not sure who or what basketball experts are. CC's rise to fame, there it is, organic and fan driven. Juju's is concocted. And again, she played games at home, right? At home, 300, 400, 500 people watching. It's the opposite. Clark got coverage only in her third year, but was already dominating, leading in scoring as a freshman, co-freshman of the year with Paige. Should have been National Player of the Year twice. She got robbed twice, by the way. I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but if you want to check it, or maybe I'll do a video on that. Completely robbed by Paige her freshman year, and then oh my gosh, was it her junior year or sophomore year? I think junior that she got completely robbed by Aaliyah Boston. Sorry, but it's true. At this point, what does that mean? What type of media coverage was Caitlin getting during her sophomore year when she averaged more points, rebounds, and assists? Juju is revered in the media. Quit this nonsense because this crap is not the same. Clark clears her by a mile in all facets of the game. Serious question. What the hell are you consulting about? Oh man. So wow. So you got a lot of that. So yeah. And did I have one more? Oh yeah. Here's the number for you. By the way, I did that. Clayton Clark's worst EFG in college was 52.4%. Juju's best is 48.6%. Because here's someone say, Caitlin Clark shoots 30%. People still think she's a shooter. I would say has best PR in league history. It is absolutely wild, some of this stuff, man. Absolutely wild, some of this stuff that people are putting out here. But anyway, when Steven said that, because again, Steven, you're that guy. So when you say, oh, why didn't the media one, again, the media was doing it, and two, you have the biggest platform, my man. Why aren't you doing it? I'm going to leave it there, though. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And also, here's a question for you: do you think at any point in Caitlin Clark's career this is going to change? Do you think they're going to exhaust themselves and say, "Hey, you know what? Let's just give Caitlin what she deserves and move on from the nonsense. And we'll hope that other players come in and have that same sort of fandom, or at least even half of that fandom, and we can grow the league." Do you think that will ever happen? Let me know in the comments below. As always, appreciate you checking out this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out so much, so much. And I will talk to you later.